Since I only post these on YouTube, I've only got 15 minutes per one, and I was at 15 minutes. So here we go. Here's the second half. We're going to get through the rest of the syllabus, so hold on to your bootstraps. Here we go. Quizzes, right. 30% of your grade. Lowest quiz dropped. Take them by yourself. No help from others. There is a midterm exam and a final. These two exams are proctored. That is, well, the math department here at Whatcom says all of our online math classes have to have, I think it's 50% of the grade um, as proctored. And what I do is I just give you a midterm and a final. I will do it at Whatcom Community College. So yeah, there's a I don't see the dates here. Anyway, the midterm, it's on the calendar. We'll get down to it here. It's 2 hours. Actually, I schedule for 2 hours, 7 to 9 o'clock at night. Um, but I don't cut anyone off at 9. So if it takes you 3 hours, fine. It takes you 3 hours. I don't think it should take you that long, but whatever. Likewise on the final. On each of these two exams, you may bring a sheet of notes, 8.5 inches by 11 inches or smaller, both sides, put anything you want on it. Bring your photo ID so I can check who you are, because generally I don't learn people's faces here in the online environment, so I just got to make sure you're the right person coming in. I hope that all of you can come at the time that I schedule. I know it's virtually impossible for that to happen, so if you have a conflict with the time I schedule, please just let me know and we'll work something out. Use the testing center here on campus or whatnot. Or if you're actually somewhere that you can't physically come to campus, then we'll find some alternative arrangement. I've done lots of different things for people over the years. So just let me know and we will do that. The midterm's 30% of your grade, the final's 30% of your grade. The final is not comprehensive. The final is just the second half of the course. So anyway, I think that adds up, right? I got 30% for the final, 30% for the midterm, and 60. 30% for the quizzes, there's 90, and 10% to the discussion, there's 100. All right. Grades based on your average as you go, your standard 90, 80, 70, 60, A, B, C, D, so on. Okay. If you have any disability accommodations that are required, please let me know. We can make use of the resources here on campus to make whatever arrangements are needed. Just let me know. Math is not a spectator sport. We expect that you will succeed. You'll achieve success by participating. Use the discussions, ask your questions, come to me for help, use the math lab for help. Lots of good stuff. Just participate. Okay. Academic honesty, don't cheat. The online environment certainly allows the possibility of people doing all sorts of crazy things. It doesn't do you any good to do crazy things. What does you good is doing it yourself, learning. That is why you're taking this class, to learn. So please don't cheat. There are consequences. They're spelled out in your student handbook, and we will deal with it if we have to. Please just don't make me have to. All right, some services available. There's tutoring in the Learning Center. The Math Center is part of the Learning Center, and there's tutors there most days. We also, there's e-tutoring available. I've actually never had a student tell me they've used this, but it's available. Whatcom Community College is part of the Northwest E-Learning Consortium. There's some links here. If you look at the PDF version of this, actually, I suppose you can link right through through the Word version as well, but there's online tutors for math and other classes too, if you want. Anyway, I've never had a student tell me they've used it, but I still say it's there, so please feel free. The Online Math Center is there. There's a lot of interesting information on the Online Math Center. I will be using a bunch of different files that are live math. Live math is a piece of mathematical software that I've used for years. It's kind of going out. They don't support it anymore, but it's still sort of works. Anyway, my files are at this link on my faculty website. All right, communication guidelines. Yeah, communications with your fellow students and your instructor should be courteous and professional. Some of your best learning aids are your fellow students. They're going to be answering your questions. You're going to be answering their questions. Treat each other with respect. I will do the same. Anyway, you're certainly encouraged to help each other with the homework through discussion boards. However, the quizzes are to be done individually. I think I already talked about this. Without communication from others. If you need to contact me, then use either the messaging system in WAMAP, or use the discussion boards, or send me an email, or call my phone, 383-3566. Yeah, any of those. I try to get back to people within 24 hours. The weekend is different. I've changed things around this quarter. I used to have my weeks end on Sunday night, and I find that it's not a good idea because Saturday and Sunday is when the procrastinators are asking their questions. And I don't work on the weekends. So I've changed it so that the week ends on Friday. Those people who want to get started early can certainly start on the weekend, but the week ends on Friday when I'm still available for answering questions. So anyway, there you go. Let's see. Yeah, I mentioned that there's 2 classroom meetings. Oh, here's the dates. The midterm will be February 18th, and the final will be March 23rd. Both of them are from 7 to 9 in LDC 212. So LDC is the main building on campus that has registration and advising and those kind of offices in there. Upstairs, room 212 is where we will have the midterm and the final. My office is right around the corner in LDC 221. Actually, just take those numbers and rearrange them. So anyway, certainly for an online class, you need internet access. Live Math Viewer, if you download the Live Math Viewer, it's free. Then you can interact with some of the same live math things that are on my website, the link that I gave above. E-learning inclement weather procedure. Oh yeah, if we've got if the school is canceled because of snow or some other weather-related reason, it shouldn't really slow us down. There are situations when people don't have internet at home, and so they have to go to school or they got to go to a library or something. Well, we'll work with you on those situations, but generally it's not going to be a problem. If we happen to have school closed on the day that we're supposed to have the midterm or the final, then we will have to make alternative arrangements at that time. It's rather unlikely, but we'll see. Okay. And then down at the bottom of the syllabus here, there is a calendar, and this calendar is essentially, if I were teaching this as a face-to-face class, this would be the pace that I would go at. So you can tell, and it works pretty well for this class too. I'm going to set up for this class. The numbers on the side here are which week we're in. So week 1 ends here. That's where quiz 1 is, and then week 2 starts there and ends on the January 22nd. Okay, this is week 3, this is week 4 and 5, and so on. I just noticed it says project due. I'm not sure what that project is, so I'm going to have to look at that. I know that I don't know if it wasn't above what you're being graded. There's probably some activity that maybe it counts as homework. I don't remember. Anyway, we'll get back to that one. But this is the calendar. You can see February 18th is the day of the test 1 or the midterm, and the final exam there is on March 23rd. So anyway, if you have questions, please contact me, and have a great quarter. This is fun stuff. This is really fun stuff.